Hi everyone, it's Sandy and today I'm filming a Q&A video. Before I get into the questions, I just want to say a big thank you to all of you because I recently reached 5,000 subscribers, which is crazy and I still can't believe that it happened. Joining BookTube has definitely been one of the best decisions that I've made, and I'm so thankful to have the opportunity to interact with all of you. It means the world to me every time I see someone leaving a comment on my videos. I'm at a loss for words, but thank you so much. I also have a really big announcement to share with you. This is something that's going to be happening in my life at the very end of August, and I'm excited to share with you all that I am going to be leaving America and studying abroad in Vietnam. I haven't done a lot of traveling in my life. I've never left the North American region, and I'm excited but also nervous to be traveling to Vietnam. I've never been to Vietnam before, but my parents were actually born and raised there, so it will be really cool to finally meet a lot of the relatives that I have in Vietnam that I've never met before, and also just to be in my parents' hometown. I will be gone for exactly 4 months. I will still continue to upload videos on my channel, but all the videos are going to be pre-filmed. I do not plan on filming any BookTube videos while I'm in Vietnam, just because I don't want to have to worry about like lighting, figuring out a filming location, and all of that stuff. Also, I'm very sorry if the lighting in this video keeps changing. It's currently 4:30 p.m. and it's always a bad time to film around this time because of the sun. I hope you guys don't mind. Throughout this entire summer, I've been working really hard to pre-film a bunch of videos so that I don't disappear for 4 months without any videos at all. I plan on uploading 1 video a week, which is my current upload schedule. I wanted to ask you guys if you have any video suggestions. I have a list of videos to film and I'm starting to run out of ideas, so I would really appreciate it if you guys would leave some video suggestions in the comments below. That is enough of my big announcement. Now I'm going to finally get into the Q&A. I wanted to thank everyone that left me questions to answer for this Q&A. I was scared that I wouldn't have enough questions to film a video, but quite a handful of you did leave me questions, so thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And I'm very sorry if I don't get to your questions. There are a handful for me to answer, and I don't want this video to be super long. But if there is a question that you want me to answer and I didn't answer in this video, then just leave your questions in the comments and I will definitely reply to you. So let's get started with the first question. I'm going to be reading off the questions from my phone, so if I'm looking down, that's what I'm looking down at. The Unmarked Crow asks, what are you majoring in at school and what are your plans for after graduation? I am currently majoring in psychology and criminal justice / criminology. I love both of my majors, but I have no idea what I want to do after graduation. I'm going to be a junior this upcoming semester and I definitely need to start figuring that stuff out, but at the moment I have no idea. But as long as I'm happy with my major, I think that's a very great start. The next question is from Livy for Books, and she asks, what is an author whose book you will buy no matter what forever? For me, it would definitely be Angie Thomas, Becky Albertalli, Adam Silvera, and probably Cassandra Clare, because she mostly writes Shadowhunter books and I will forever read all the Shadowhunter books in existence. She also asked another question, and she asked, what is one main goal for the future regarding anything, reading, BookTube, life, etc. I don't know if this is cheesy or not, but for life, I just want to be happy. Although I don't know what I want to do in the future, I want to be happy with what I'm doing. The next question is from Jay, and she asked, if you could be any animal in the world, what would you be and why? This is probably very basic, but I would love to be a dog. I feel like if a dog has a very loving family, then they will live the best life. They basically get to do whatever they want. They don't have to worry about being fed or taken care of because that's all handled by the family. So I would definitely love to be a dog. The Sloth Reader asks, what are your most anticipated releases for the second half of the year? I currently have 2 books that I'm really excited for, and the first one is They Both Die at the End by Adam Silvera, and the second one is Forest of a Thousand Lanterns by Julie C. Dow. I talked about both of these books in my mid-year book freakout tag and in my June book haul, so if you're interested in learning more about these books, then definitely check out one of those videos because these books sound fantastic. The Lawn Gnome asks, who are some of your influences that made you decide to make a channel? There isn't anyone specific that influenced me, but the first booktuber that I discovered was Christine from Poland Bananas Books. From her, I started discovering a lot more other people that are in the booktube community, and basically the entire community is what inspired me to start my own channel. And like I mentioned earlier on in this video, starting a booktube channel is definitely one of the best decisions that I've made, and if any of you out there are thinking of starting a channel, don't wait and just do it. The second question that he asked is, when the day comes that you decide to stop making videos, what legacy would you want to leave behind? This is definitely a thought-provoking question, and honestly, I don't think of myself as someone being able to leave a legacy. However, I do hope that I'm able to recommend some books that someone out there is able to fall in love with, and it's a book that kind of changes their life in a way. Whether it's something very big or something very small, I just hope that I'm able to have that impact. One of my all-time favorite comments / message to receive is when someone tells me that they read a book that I recommended and they loved it. Reading those comments and messages makes me so incredibly happy. Kelly from Oh That's Kelly asked a few questions. One of them is, do you have any exciting summer plans or any exciting future plans in general? Well, my exciting future plan has been announced earlier on in this video, but I don't really have any exciting summer plans. I'm basically working all summer and trying to pre-film a bunch of videos so that I don't go weeks without uploading. And if any of you are curious about what my job is, I basically just work in an office that's associated with my university. I'm considered a student worker, so I just do whatever my supervisor tells me to do. But one of my main projects with this job that I have is scanning. So I scan and upload a bunch of old files to a database, and that is basically what I do in a nutshell. Another question that Kelly asked is, if you could live in one fictional world for a day, where would you live? I'm not going to mention any contemporary worlds, so I'm going to stick to fantasy and sci-fi. I think it would be really cool to live in the Percy Jackson world because I've always been really fascinated with Greek mythology, so I feel like to be in that world and be surrounded with the characters in the Percy Jackson world would be really fun. The next question is from Anna Rayanne, and this person asks, what is your favorite movie? I'm not really a movie person, so I haven't seen a lot of really popular movies and some of the very classic movies, but I do really love the Pitch Perfect movies. They're hilarious and I love all the singing, and I can't wait for the third movie. The next question is from Gabriel Malay, and this person asks, would you ever consider doing a live show? Honestly, I wouldn't know what to talk about, and I don't think I'm that entertaining enough for people to watch. I would definitely do a live show with friends, but on my own, probably not. Talia Battle asked, what is your favorite book for the summer? And my go-to summer reading recommendations is Morgan Matson. Any of her books are perfect for the summer, but my personal favorite is Since You've Been Gone. The next couple of questions is from BC Books, and she asks, what is your favorite genre of books? I have 3 favorite genres, and they aren't in any particular order, but I love contemporary, fantasy, and mystery thriller. The last question that she asked is, are we ever going to meet someday since we live so close to each other? And yes, I definitely hope that we are able to meet someday. The next question is from Madeline Haynes. Have you ever heard of the Lockwood & Co. series? It's amazing and really deserves some recognition. I actually have not heard of the series, but I will definitely check it out. The next question is from Elena the Great. What is your favorite class that you have ever taken, whether it's in college or high school? One of my favorite classes that I've taken in college is called Women in the Criminal Justice System. This is a class that was really challenging in my opinion. This was a class that was discussion based, so pretty much every single time that we had to meet for class, we would arrange our desks in a circle and discuss the readings. I usually really hate discussions because I get really anxious about having to speak up in front of the class, and while this class definitely made me uncomfortable at times and made me have to step out of my comfort zone, I learned so much from my peers, and I also learned a lot from my professor, and I'm really glad that I took that class. The next question is from Corey Ogle. Do you speak any foreign languages? I do speak a little bit of Cantonese. Unfortunately, I am not fluent. My parents are actually fluent in Cantonese and Vietnamese, but for some reason I grew up learning Cantonese. I do understand basic Vietnamese, but I can't really speak it, and when I'm studying abroad in Vietnam, I will actually be taking a Vietnamese class, so I definitely hope on improving my Vietnamese. The next couple of questions is from A Bibliophile's Dreams. What is the best and worst thing about BookTube? The best thing is definitely the community, being able to interact with a bunch of people who love books as much as I do, and honestly there really isn't like a worst thing about BookTube for me. BookTubing has been a very positive experience for me, so I don't really have any bad things to talk about. Are you facing any challenges that you did not expect to come your way while doing BookTube? Aside from the time commitment that it takes to set up and film, edit, and closed caption videos, I would definitely have to say the motivation to film videos. I always do want to film videos, but I struggle with having the motivation to actually do it, so that is definitely a challenge that I did not expect to come across. And the last question that they asked is, how do you manage your time with school, reading, and booktubing? This has definitely been something I struggled with. Last semester I had a class schedule that didn't really give me a good time to film during the week, And during the week, I'm just really exhausted with school and I just don't have the energy to set up my camera and start filming. So I was unable to film during the week, so a lot of my filming was done on the weekend. I actually commute to school and I take public transportation, so it would take me about an hour to an hour and a half to get home. During those time is when I would do a lot of my reading. School is always my priority, so when I have a weekend where I just have to do schoolwork and I can't spare any time to do booktube, I would just focus on school. And as much as I do love booktube will definitely have to take a backseat because school is always my priority. However, I do know that there are booktubers out there who are full-time students and do very well in school, have part-time jobs, and are able to film and upload multiple videos a week. I don't know how they do that, but that is very admirable because I know for sure I will have a breakdown if I attempt to try to upload more than one video a week while I'm in school. I feel like when it comes to managing booktube, reading, and school, it definitely has to do with how you manage your time and what you want to prioritize over another. There are definitely a few videos out there on how people manage this, so if you want to hear better advice than the ones that I can provide, definitely search that on YouTube and you will definitely come across some very helpful videos. So I'm going to end from a question from Mel from Books with Wings, and she asks, what are your favorite things about yourself? This is something that I don't really think about, but I really love that question and I really wanted to end with something positive, and I think that's a very positive question, so thank you, Mel, for that question. My favorite thing about myself would definitely have to be my eyes. Those are all of the questions that I'm answering in today's video. If I didn't answer your questions, I apologize. Just leave them in the comments below and I will definitely respond to you. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it and I will see you next time. Bye!